How you doing, guys? Before I get started, I'd like to read something. This is at Matthew 5:10. Starting at verse 10, it says, "Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." Verse 11 goes on to say, "Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you and say all kinds of evils against you falsely for my sake." This got me thinking about something I'd seen on JW Broadcasting as well as a few other places. Satan is going after Watchtower legally. Explain this. How could even Satan go after an organization legally unless they had something to hide? Now, we all know Jehovah's Witnesses has this persecution complex, and this actually comes from Watchtower. But now Watchtower is tugging on their heartstrings and telling them, we are being persecuted legally. Okay. My thing is, if they didn't have anything to hide, not even Satan could go after them legally. And this is why the elders are told to shred documents. Be careful of the notes that you write, because the entities, the government, could have something to hold against you. Okay, but in all honesty, like I said, if they didn't have anything to hide, could Satan really go after them legally? I mean, they want the Jehovah's Witnesses to believe that they are being falsely accused. Okay, and most of your JWs would use Jesus as an example. Well, he was falsely accused and falsely arrested. Well, that was also prophesied. But to my understanding, weren't the governments supposed to destroy false religion first, and Jehovah's Witnesses would be the only religion left on the planet? I mean, this was one prophecy in the Bible, and that was in Revelation 17, starting at 16. Where it says, "And the 10 horns which you saw on the beast, these will hate the harlot, make her desolate and naked, eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For God has put it into their hearts to fulfill his purpose, to be of one mind, and to give their kingdom to the beast, until the words of God are fulfilled." And the woman, at verse 18, "And the woman whom you saw is that great city which reigns over the kings of the earth." All right, we all remember the Revelation, its grand climax. It's only been out of print for a short time, but wasn't the teachings that the governments would destroy false religion first? The only religion, the only group of people that were going to be left on the planet were Jehovah's Witnesses. Now it looks to me that Watchtower is being systematically taken apart. So by the time the governments do go after the world of false religion, the empire of false religion rather, Watchtower is going to be long gone. Jehovah's Witnesses can say what they want, but their numbers are going down. The waters of Babylon are draining. And one by one, the nations are coming up against Watchtower. And they will go after the entire empire of false religion. In all honesty, every religion on this planet is part of the empire of false religion, and that includes Watchtower. If you look at the teachings of Watchtower, Mormonism, Seventh-day Adventists, they are shrouding the good news of the Christ, regardless what Jehovah's Witnesses think. They tell you that the people who left the organization are feeding you poison. Well, in all honesty, Watchtower's teachings are loaded with this poison. And just remember, don't drink the Kool-Aid. They're systematically, little by little, shrouding the Christ. They've actually put Christ on the back burner. And if you've noticed lately, Watchtower is not only the mediator now between mankind and God, they are now replacing God. So who is feeding the poison? And Watchtower is in panic mode. They're up against the ropes. The governments are definitely going against them. Child abuse cases, human rights violations, And to be honest with you, for anyone who knows anything about the military tribunals that are now going on, this is going to go far deeper than what people realize. There's a lot of secrecy involved because the general public really can't be involved in what's going on. Now, the people who have been indicted, which is many, many thousands, this is going to work in two ways. It's going to trickle down the ladder, and it's going to trickle up the ladder. Basically, what it comes down to is human trafficking, basically child abuse. This is going to go up to the elites and down to the individual persons and organizations. And don't think Watchtower is free and clear. They're trying to blind Jehovah's Witnesses. See, we all got out because we recognize the fact that this is a Luciferian organization. It is very evil. They can say what they want. We are the truth. If they were the truth, they wouldn't have to emphasize it. But no, they are not the truth. Any organization that downplays the role that Christ is playing in this, and Watchtower does downgrade the Christ, is not the truth. What Watchtower and individual witnesses want you to believe is that everyone who has left the organization automatically is an immoral person. I can't speak for everybody who's left the organization, but to me, I'm sorry, morality is within the person, not the organization around them. So to say that somebody's immoral just because they've left Watchtower is outright wrong, considering Watchtower doesn't know any of us personally, individually. But again, Watchtower and Jehovah's Witnesses have placed themselves as the judge. Rather than judging and eyeballing people that have left the organization, you may want to take a closer look at yourselves. You may want to take a closer look at the organization that you're involved with. This goes a lot deeper than you realize. To allow a corporation to do your thinking for you tells me that they got something to hide, and they don't want you to know what they're up to. Now that they want to feed their own persecution complex, the elders in the organization, the talks they're giving now, what would you do if the governing body were arrested for pedophilia? So they're getting you ready for this. If they're arrested for pedophilia, or any of the high mucky mucks in Watchtower, there's a reason. They're not being persecuted, no. They're involved in a cover-up. Jehovah's Witnesses, wake up. Do some research. Nobody has to know if you're researching. See, I was DF'd simply because I questioned the organization. jwfacts.com is a good place to start. They don't have anything to hide. They don't have anything to cover up. See, if you look at the JW website, you're only getting one side of the coin. And still, in all honesty, your questions will not be answered. Anyways, guys, that's all I wanted to get out there. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. You guys have a good day, and I will talk to you soon.